My name is Elizabeth Ndiko. I'm a co-founder and administrator at SADEN Community Based Organisation that deals with empowering women and especially young women in Kayole. So I was motivated to co-found this organization because I realized the space of women in community development, and they have a say in decision-making processes like elections and other processes in the community. So yeah, we were running this program in Kayole before, during and after elections. It was about empowering women as positive change agents, and it was about sensitizing the community in Soweto against sexual and gender-based violence. So this was a very key process as using women as stakeholders in the election process, because it contributed to the peace that was realized and experienced before, during and after the elections. And it was a good initiative because it gave women the opportunity to feel part of the processes in the community. So it involved trainings, campaigns, and election observations. So what motivates me to continue with these programs to empower women is because Kayole has been a hotspot for violence, and especially women, during elections. So we find that many women shy away from getting involved in elections, even voting. So bringing together different stakeholders has made this a success, and we hope to continue working together to bring more peace, especially in key governance processes like elections.
One thing I've learned today is that as a woman, you first of all need to appreciate yourself. You need to love yourself so that you can be able to speak up and get help.
There's this topic we were taught that my voice is my weapon and my voice is my right. Concerning that unit, it has helped me to talk more when it comes to anything that is surrounding my life. When it comes to family, when it comes to leadership, especially leadership when this period of elections, I was able to give my opinions when it was mattered. Before I was very laid back, but now I can talk freely with a lot of courage, without fear of contradiction or somebody judging what I'm saying. From what I picked when they said that my voice is my weapon, I can use my voice to tell you I don't want this, and it remains to be a no.
Take home as today has been, there is no opportunity that will be given to you on a silver platter. You have to go out there and get those opportunities. So I want to encourage every other young girl out there to go out, whatever dream you have, whatever ambition you have, it's achievable. Go out and grab. Yes, thank you.
So I'm Boniface Okumo. Also, I've been a trainer for this group of the ladies, and we have been working on promoting peace and also advocating for issues of sexual and gender-based violence to ensure that this vice is removed from our community. And so the women have been empowered to work on this, and it has been a very good opportunity working with them and journeying with them and training them in these aspects. So we hope that as we move forward, better things will come, and they will advance in whatever they have learned in protecting the community and protecting the women, and bring the society and make the society a better place to live in. Thank you.
I'm Anne from Nambakasi Central, and through SADEN CBO, I've learned that women must learn their positions and know the importance of the society. Because, number one, women, they're the backbone of the economy of this country. Number two, their voices, they speak for peace, and they should be peace ambassadors. And they should know that when a man is intimidating you, either harassing you physically, emotionally, psychologically, then you should speak out, maybe get help, and through SADEN CBO you can get that help. Thank you.
This is Komila, invited here by SADEN, and I'm a member of an organization called Relationship Haven. We've worked hand in hand with SADEN on matters women and empowerment and all that stuff. We've also dealt with matters peacekeeping throughout this region, and it has actually been an effective tool and matters making women at least understand their roles during such seasons in the political season. So I am happy to be here. It was an amazing session, and I'm looking forward to more partnerships, more so with SADEN. Thank you.
Within you, and a woman is a destiny carrier and is a destiny birther. And so when you empower a woman, you empower a church, and when you empower a church, you empower the entire community. And so when women, if you empower me and the other person is empowered and the other person is empowered, and we come together, we can do great and mighty things around us and even the whole nation. And so I'm just blessed to be here today, and we've seen, you know, my friends have talked about when we see how politics were, how women have emerged. Especially when we look in Nakuru, people are saying, why is it that women have been given many positions? But it is because now, even as a nation, have identified that if women are empowered, then the nation is safe. Because if they work in their parliament, they will speak volume. And I've come to realize that when you give a woman a position, at a down look, at a make sure like each and every person gets what he or she deserves. And so I just want to applaud each and every woman that is here today, and I want you to know that with God there's nothing that you cannot do. With God,
the session has been so much educative, and we appreciate, because the police didn't have a lot of work like before. This organization made the community to be enlightened, and they knew what to do. That is why the police, we didn't have a lot of work. The community was so calm about the elections.
Okay. Hi, my name is Ricky. I'm here today with SADEN and other local organizations in Nairobi, Kayole area to learn more about what women empowerment can do, especially when it comes to elections. We just had an election in Kenya about 2 months ago. And it's very interesting to be here today to learn about what the efforts to include women more in the process have been, what the results of this have been.
Especially wakati wa kampeni hii imekufa na imeenda. Niliona ilikuwa tofauti kidogo, because happened to participate ya 2017 na Mwenyezi Mungu akaniweka nikafika ya 2022. Niliona ilikuwa tofauti kidogo, na sisi kama chiefs cases mingi tuna handle ya mama. Mukikumbuka wale machifu ya zamani sana, wakati wa shikuku, wakati nyinyi mkukuwa mmesaliwa. Hapa sijaona mwenye alikuwa amesaliwa wakati shikuku alikuwa chubabu. Walikuwa wanasema machifu wanatunyang'anya mabibi. Simply because wamama ndio wengi wanafanya nini? Na akifika huko, chifu unajua sometimes anateresa kidogo, anasema ni nini unauliza mama? Ni nini unauliza mama? But this time round, tunataka, kama mimi Mogire, I could have wished niongozwe na mama. Hata kwa nyumba, ninamwambianga, leta your ideas, sitangulie mbele, na mimi nilete yangu. Akiniambia sasa leo tunataka kukura jogoo, siwezi pinga. Kama hii parliament saa hii tuko nayo, wamama wameingia kiasi. Wameingia si wengi, lakini wameingia sizable. Tunataka waingie. Kuna nchi zingine ukienda nchi zingine, kuna wamama wametangulia. Nani alikuwa anaangalia? Mtu alikuwa anaitwa Gaddafi. Unajua Gaddafi? Security yake ilikuwa wamama, na alikuwa anaongoza. Na wamama wakisema shoot, na ndio commanders mbele. Hakuna kitu. Na Gaddafi alikuwa shubabu Afrika hii. So hakuna kitu inashinda wamama isipokuwa wanaume. Unajua ile akili walipatiwa wakaweka kwa maindi yao ya kwamba kama Kenya hapa sisi ndio natoa mama kwao, ninamleta kwetu, sasa anafaa kuwa nyuma yangu. Na Wahindi je, Wahindi si wanaoa mwanaume? Lakini si maisha yanaendelea. So nini shida ni gani? Because mwanaume hawezi kubali bibi yake aende kusimama kuchaguliwa chifu. Anamwambia hiyo mambo yako, wacha kwanza aende uulize wazazi wako. Hiyo kazi nienda, akitaka awe polisi, anamwambia hapana, kazi ya polisi mimi hapana nataka. Sasa mama waje afanye kazi ile anapenda. Wacha tuempower hao mama wetu. Na wanajua. Kwa sababu sisi tuko na 5 senses na hao mama wako na 7. Mama ukikaa kwa nyumba anaweza sikiza sauti 10 kutoka hivi. Anaweza sikiza ya gari, anaweza sikiza mtoto hapa akilia, anaweza sikiza sauti ya sahani zikipigana. Lakini mwanaume ni moja tu atasikia ya gari. Ni moja tu ya gari. So mimi kama chini ya Kayole niliparticipate hii election imeisha, na niliona wamama wakiteseka sana. Kuna mama alikuwa anatoka Komoro akiingia Kayole, yaani unafikiria ni swara ameingia hapa. Hawezi tembea usiku, hawezi fanya vitu yake simply because ni mama. Lakini wanaume wao walikuwa wanatembea usiku. Wanasema Kenya hatujafika kiwango ya wamama. But wale tulisaidia wengi ndio wakaendelea kuongea ajenda zao, lakini hawakufaulu kwa debe. Walifaulu kwa ajenda zao, lakini hawakufaulu kwa debe. So mimi binafsi
run activities across Kayole, because we can't just limit ourselves in terms of problems are everywhere, and we have women everywhere. But we focus mostly with women, and we focus on young women. Our focus is on young women, and we empower them, different categories of women. We have the teenage mothers, and we take teenage mothers through different kind of programs to do with mentorship, education, programs self-awareness, and also programs to do with issues of income-generating activities, and economically geared programs that make the woman at least to be in a place that they have a rights and a say, because sometimes women fall into things with gender-based violence or sexual because they don't have the economically power to bargain their way through it. You know, sometimes hauna pesa, hauna nini, so you find a man or any other person. And when you talk about men, we don't talk about the partners only, we talk about fathers, brothers, and we talk about even uncles, you know, and gender-based violence cuts across, even men, they face gender-based violence. But what we actually focus on is women, because it's what we have seen that is really lagging behind in our society. So basically, SADEN, we focus on women and young women. And this program is in partnership. We are partnering with DMC. DMC HRD is a Danish minority organization that deals with human rights development programs, and they are located in Denmark. They are geared, their programs are geared, and their interest is mostly on human rights. And you know, human rights cuts across different kind of rights. We have women rights, we have men rights, we have election kind of rights. So this program was in the angle of elections, and we were working on issues of election, but using women as agents of change and agents of those that can create actual social cohesion in our communities, and they can also sensitize the community against sexual and gender-based violence that happened before, during, and even after elections. So the women that you see seated here, they've actually come a long way. They've been in a journey in terms of election, They started the process before even elections, during the campaign periods, when people are campaigning on elections. We are actually also campaigning to sensitize the community on their rights to vote first, and also their rights to their rights to air their voices and opinions in terms of matters of election and leadership, and also just women to be protected throughout this process in terms of being protected from any emotional violence. When you say something, you're actually not supposed to be shut down because you're a woman, even if election is actually male dominated, because men are mostly concerned for election. But also women are encouraged to come out and speak their minds during election, because the government that we elect is not only for men, only for children, it's for everyone. So we have this journey with these women and our partner organizations, and we have been working with the women in the slum areas of Soweto and Patanisho, and we have taken them through the journey of...
Jina yangu ni Jeremy Ringo, Assistant Chief Kayole South, na ninafurahi sana kwa kuwa hii organization imekuwa ikitusaidia hapa Kayole kwa hii magrupu mbaya kuchange hii vijana wa mandawa na nini na hata violent katika mamboma. Tumeona mkono wenu sana, na mpaka hapo during election and hata after tumeenjoy hiyo peaceful election, na tunashukuru sana kwa kazi njema ile mnafanya. Kwa hivyo kwa hayo machache mimi sina mengi isipokuwa kumwambia muendelee hivyo na kubadilisha Kayole kuwa pahali mpema kuliko vile watu wanaijua. Asanteni.
As people, you find that there is some areas you will find, we have some hostile areas. Kama hizi zenye ziko na vijana, they don't value election things, they don't value girls. Sasa unaulizwa, what have you come to do here? The next time you come here, tutakumaliza. Or if my person, those people who are political, wako na hiyo politics ndani mwao, wanasema you come here today, next time ukikuja hapa ama mtu fulani.
We will face this thing that we are being taught by Mariam. So when it happened, when I won't give details, it happened, someone told me, "Freedom is kuwa unafundishwa hizi vitu alafu una shy away from it." So I called upon the sisters of SADEN, and they came through, and they did what they did, and they empowered me to this idea. Personally, I tried to call this woman yakona kufia, she's my blood sister. And I tried to call it, but what I'd like to say is, when you took the SGBV will happen to people out there. No, wewe kwanza wewe mwenyewe jua venye utajihandle, ndio ujue venye utahandle watu wenye pale nje. Sawa? And back to business now. Our expectations as a group was to gain knowledge on how to handle women issues before and after elections, of which it happened. I was at the talent center of East, and the way women were being handled, it was very okay, didn't see a point of us to intervene on anything. The pregnant women and the ones who are carrying babies, they were being handled well. The second one in our expectation list was to get basic observer skills and be SGBV ambassadors and peacekeepers. We tried to maintain peace as much as possible. There was no, as I said at the beginning, there was no point of us to intervene. Our experiences, there was no violence observed. The elections were very transparent and competent. The elections were free, fair, and transparent. There was good planning and execution. For the first time, they didn't use the lightings. At that time they were using the solar things. During the day, they charged them. So at night, it was so easily turned automatic when it was off. So the lighting were on throughout. Then, observers prioritization. As observers, we were not harassed. Anywhere we wanted to go, tulikuwa tunaingia. Personally, I was so happy. I voted as the first person because of the mere fact that I have the card of the observers. There was more SDPP experience, prioritization, and special groups. Special groups meaning these people, the disabled, they were given special treatment, such that they were given time to vote and stuff. In conclusion, I would like to call more stakeholders on board so that we can have more programs on SDPP and empower us as women to know more about SDPP. SDPP is not all about sexual violence. As my friend here said, it starts with verbal. And the verbal hiyo ndio inawaka mwanamke ndani kwanza. When you're abused, you're not pretty enough. Once you start seeing that you're not pretty enough, that's it. Hiyo ndio weapon yako. Ukijua wewe ni mrembo, hakuna kitu huwezi encounter. And then the violence we experience out there as women sana when we go for job hunting, you're told no, you're not tall enough, you're not slim enough. Hiyo ni harassment. Know how to tackle that. Thank you.
We've had a successful day today with women from Kayole Soweto. We were giving feedback on the just concluded elections. Some of us were election observers and we were going through the whole entire process of observing. We were peace ambassadors and through SADEN group. We've been trained on what women need to do and we become peace ambassadors, and we're very grateful for the opportunity. And based on the knowledge that we gained today, we'll go and teach it to other women in Kijiji and in our village, just enlightening them on the importance of peacekeeping. And we've also become ambassadors of sexual and gender-based violence. Thank you.
Our campaign, during the campaign period, there was a certain youth group called SADEN. They were acting like peace ambassadors. I thought that group, they were just there for the sake of it. But now I've realized that the team was well equipped and they had ideas of making youth move. And now I'm seeing it. It is now there. It is now functioning. They've come up with great youths, great ideas. You see, now they are sensitizing very many youths. It's now like an empire. And I see, I know that in the next or in the near future, our youths in Embakasi East, which is the hotspot, one of the hotspot areas during campaigns in the entire country. Sana, you see the Jacaranda grounds. That is a very messy place. And when I was there, because of the area youth leader, I was like in a confusion of hysteria, because every time people are being stoned. Every time people are being stoned. But this time around, it is not like the way people thought. It has become very different. Things have changed. Very many youth groups like the SADEN here, we have here, they enlighten youths and they preached peace gospel in the entire region until we did our elections in a free, fair and a very peaceful manner. I think even the police did not have they did have hard times with the youths, because these groups, these organizations, they were preaching gospel, peace gospel in the area in such a way that everybody, even those youths who did not know what politics is, they knew that politics entails violence. And then they looked at a way of encountering everything. They did it to their perfection. We did our elections with peace. And now I see youths forming very many organizations that will make them great people in the near future.